Hello guys, welcome back. This is Pro John Mandona, your host, and I'll be tutoring you in science, biology, and mathematics. So thank you very much for joining me today. So before anything else, I want you to subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you can receive the latest information and videos. So under biology, which is the topic classification, today we're going to deal with another part, which is the ground tissues under the PLANTAE kingdom. So let us proceed. So under the ground tissues, what do we have to know? So the first thing that we have to know is that the main tissue types on the ground tissues are the parenchyma, the chlorenchyma, and the sclerenchyma. So we need to understand how the parenchyma looks like. So the parenchyma are thin walls of cellulose, whereas the chlorenchyma have walls with thickened areas of additional cellulose. Whereas the sclerenchyma cells have what we call lignified cell walls, but they can further be categorized into narrow, long cells, which are fibers, and cells of various shapes, which are sclerids. So let us first start to discuss what parenchyma are. So for a parenchyma, parenchymas are simple but permanent tissues that constitutes a major portion of ground tissues in plants. Parenchymas where vascular tissues are also embedded. So this is a simple look of what a parenchyma looks like. This is how it looks like. As we say that they are permanent tissues and they actually constitute a very, very large portion of the ground tissues in plants. So let us proceed. We're going to discuss what we are calling the chlorenchyma. For the chlorenchyma, one thing that we're supposed to know is that the chlorenchyma is a cellular tissue along with the parenchyma, but it composes of the bulk of plant tissues. So it means that the chlorenchyma consists of a lot of plant tissues. But if we try to compare to a parenchyma, the chlorenchyma cells are living. So which means the parenchyma cells are not, but the chlorenchyma cells are living. They have cellulose cell walls and are filled with water, which helps the plants to keep its shape. So which means the chlorenchyma also directly proportional to keeping the plant in good shape due to the water filled cell walls. Another thing that we're supposed to know about the chlorenchyma cells is that it contains what we call flatter chloroplast than the parenchyma. These chlorenchyma give plants that elasticity but also rigidity by joining together to form fibers in bundles or bundles of stripes throughout the plant bodies. So this is just a simple representation of how a chlorenchyma looks like. So to discuss the roles and the functions of the chlorenchyma cells in plants, we need to know that the first thing that we are supposed to know is that the chlorenchyma cells are found in secondary phloem of plants, and the major functions could be: number one, in the protection of the plant against mechanical injury. So which means it, as we earlier said, that it contains cell walls which contains water, which have water filled in them, and this actually helps to support the plant and also supports the fascicular tissues, and the fascicular tissues are the xylem and the phloem. But since these are found in the phloem tissue, so which means the chlorenchyma helps to support the phloem tissue. And the last one that I have is it acts as a sheath that regulates water flow. So as water is flowing in and out, so this chlorine will be helping it to regulate the flow of water through the plants. So the last one that we're going to discuss is what we call the sclerenchyma. So under the sclerenchyma, as we earlier said in the beginning, we actually said that it has what we call lignified cell walls, and they can be divided. The sclerenchyma can be divided into two types, which is the sclerids and what we call fiber cells. So starting with the sclerid, I'm going to give a simple representation of a drawing. That is how a sclerid looks like. But if we are discussing fibers, fibers are sclerenchymas cells that are long and thin, and they look like that according to the diagram that you can see on the screen. So we need to discuss the differences between the parenchyma and the sclerenchyma, because they actually do look alike, but they have certain differences that you're supposed to know. And the differences are: the parenchyma consists of very thin cell wall, but it is actually different when we go to the sclerenchyma, which has cell walls that are very thickened. And since they are thickened, the cell walls are thickened, filled with water, which provides something else. The parenchyma consists of what we call living cells, whereas the sclerenchyma consists of dead cells. The cell wall is made up of cellulose, whereas the sclerenchyma, the cell wall is actually made up of complex lignin. As we earlier said, it contains lignified cells or cell walls. The storage of food is that the parenchyma stores food and perform photosynthesis, which is different to the sclerenchyma, which gives strength and rigidity only to protect the plants from parasites or maybe nuts or the factor. The parenchyma serves as a packaging tissue, while it is different from the sclerenchyma, which serves as a mechanical tissue. So under these points, I'm going to say the parenchyma helps to store food, and which performs photosynthesis, so which means it serves as a packaging tissue, but different from the sclerenchyma. So that's it for our lesson, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, but please subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you can get the latest videos and information. Thank you, guys.